Ever felt like everyone else is moving ahead while you're just stuck? You scroll through your phone and it feels like a highlight reel of everyone else's success. Promotions, engagements, dream vacations, while you're just sitting there feeling like you're falling behind. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But what if I told you that feeling is based on a lie? A very convincing, very quiet lie. Comparison is a thief. It creeps in and quietly steals your peace. You start measuring your life against others, and suddenly, nothing you do feels good enough. It's like you're standing at the bottom of a mountain, looking up at all these people who seem to be effortlessly reaching the summit. You feel small, confused, and overwhelmed. Why is it so easy for them and so hard for you? This habit of comparing our lives to others is one of the biggest sources of modern anxiety. We weren't born this way. Think back to when you were a kid. Do you remember that simple, uncomplicated happiness? Building a sandcastle, chasing a butterfly, or just laughing until your stomach hurt. Your world was about your own experiences, your own small joys. You weren't worried about what the other kids were doing. You were just happy being you. Happiness was simple because it was yours. But as we grow up, something changes. We enter a world that constantly pushes us to measure up. The simple joy of living gets replaced by the complex pressure to perform. Overthinking becomes our new normal. Am I on the right track? Am I successful enough? Why don't I have what they have? These questions swarm in our minds, turning comparison into a relentless, exhausting habit that drains our energy and joy. The truth is, we compare our messy, real, behind-the-scenes life to someone else's carefully curated highlight reel. We see the filtered photos, the celebratory posts, the smiling faces on social media, but we don't see the struggles, the doubts, the bad days. We see a perfect picture. But behind that screen, the real person might be just as tired and uncertain as we are. It's an unfair game because we're comparing our reality to an illusion. So, how do we break free? Sometimes, the first step is to simply unplug, to step away from the noise and find some silence. When you're constantly bombarded with other people's lives, it's impossible to hear your own inner voice. Taking a walk alone, watching the sunset, or just sitting in quiet reflection can teach you more about yourself than all the noise of the world combined. In that silence, you start to reconnect with what truly matters to you. And you realize that wisdom doesn't always come from the loudest voices or the most impressive achievements. Often, it comes from the simplest places. A conversation with an old friend, a piece of advice from a grandparent, or just observing the world around you. It's like sitting at a small, humble tea stall and sharing a moment with someone wise. The most profound truths are often the simplest ones. One of those truths is that we're all on different timelines, moving at different speeds. Imagine you're standing on a road. A bus zooms past you, and a moment later, a bicycle pedals by. Slowly, they are moving at completely different speeds, but they are on the same road, heading towards their own destinations. Life is exactly like that. Some people seem to get there fast, others take their time. Neither is better than the other. Different speeds, but we all have a destination. The goal is to keep moving forward at your own pace. Look at nature. A tall, ancient oak tree doesn't look down on a small, delicate flower and think it's better. A river doesn't compare its path to a mountain's peak. Nature just is. Each element exists in its own beautiful, unique way. Two trees of different sizes can stand peacefully side by side. each contributing to the forest in its own way. Nature never compares, it who grows. We can learn so much from that. It's also crucial to remember that what you see on the surface is rarely the full story. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is fighting a battle you know nothing about. That person who seems to have it all together, they have their own invisible struggles, their own secret heartaches. A person can be smiling on the outside while carrying unseen burdens on the inside. So be kind, not just to others, but to yourself. Don't assume someone's life is perfect just because it looks that way. There is no universal timeline for life. We're so obsessed with these imaginary milestones. Graduate by this age, get married by that age, be successful by another. But who made these rules? Your path is a long, winding road with its own set of milestones labeled early, later, or maybe even just someday. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. It's yours. Think of your life as a book. It is completely illogical to compare your chapter to someone else's chapter 20. They've had more time, more experiences, more pages to write their story. You're just starting. You can't judge your beginning by their middle or end. Focus on writing your own chapter, one page at a time. The only story you need to be concerned with is the one you are creating for yourself. If you must compete, compete with only one person. The person you were yesterday. Look in the mirror. That's your only real competition. Strive to be a little better, a little kinder, a little stronger than you were the day before. When you shift your focus from competing with others to improving yourself, everything changes. The pressure lifts, and you're filled with a sense of purpose instead of anxiety. And remember that progress isn't always about giant leaps. Small steps still move you forward. Taking one small step every single day adds up to massive progress over time. Don't be discouraged if you're not seeing huge results immediately. Just focus on climbing that next small step. As long as you're moving, you're winning. Each tiny action is a victory. The moment you truly decide to stop comparing yourself to others is the moment you find freedom. It's like breaking a heavy chain that's been holding you down. When that chain shatters, you can finally stand up straight, breathe deeply, and move forward with lightness and joy. True freedom begins where comparison ends. And with that freedom comes a deep sense of inner peace, a peace that comes from acceptance. Accepting your journey, your pace, your unique self. It's the feeling of sitting peacefully under a tree, content with who you are and where you are right now. This peace isn't something you find outside of yourself. It's something you cultivate within. Because your path is yours alone. It's not supposed to be straight. It's not supposed to be easy. And it's certainly not supposed to look like anyone else's. There are billions of people on this planet, and every single one of us is walking a different path. Embrace the uniqueness of your journey. It's what makes you, you. And through it all, please remember this. You are enough, exactly as you are right now, in this moment. Your worth is not determined by your achievements, your possessions, or other people's opinions. It's inherent. Hold that truth close to your heart. You are enough. Growth takes time. Just like a small seed needs time, water, and sunlight to grow into a strong plant, you need patience and self-compassion to grow into the person you're meant to be. You're watering your own potential every day, even when you can't see the progress. Trust the process. So, be patient with yourself. Your journey matters. Every step, every stumble, every small victory is part of your beautiful unique story. Stop looking sideways at what everyone else is doing and start looking forward at the incredible path that lies ahead of you. Stay patient. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content to help you on your journey. Take care.